Warehouse, presented by Alliant Energy.
If you're like me, you hate running out of hot water mid-shower. Well, we might have a solution for you today. We're here at the Takagi booth talking with Brian Peich. And Brian, tell us about this great invention. This is a tankless water heater.
Yes, Megan, that's right. These appliances are gas-fired and they're designed to run very, very economically and save the homeowner money for the operation of the product. Traditional tank water heaters have a pilot light and a large storage tank that you have to keep reheating whether you're using the water or not, just to keep it warm so when you need it. We have invented and discovered a better way of doing that by creating the water on demand as you need it without a pilot light. Can I show you how it works?
Show us.
All right, this is one of our units. You can see how small and compact it is. The way the system will work, and I'll demonstrate it for you, is that as the water comes into the system, we have sensors that detect whether we need water or not. Right now the unit is in standby. It's not using any energy whatsoever.
No pilot light?
No pilot light.
Okay.
So as the water comes in, we'll detect flow when we turn on this faucet. The water will travel through, the flame will ignite, a fan will come out for the exhaust. The water will continue and warm through a heat exchanging system and then come out the other side to our faucet at temperature. I'll show you how it works. As you turn on the water, fan comes on to make sure the vent's clear. The fire comes up. We start heating water immediately. Within 3 to 5 seconds, we're getting it out of the system to your temperature, a very specified temperature. And right now, it's hot.
It's hot.
We're reading 122 degrees right here at this faucet. Now, you're done with your shower. You shut off your water. The pilot light, or excuse me, the flame goes out. We continue to vent. So you're only heating the water as you need it out of whatever faucet in your home.
Right, and I know sometimes people will crank up their water heater just to ensure that they get the supply that they need, and that's not safe. With this, you don't have to do that.
Right, we are very, very stringent and strict about what type of temperatures we produce. We sense water temperature as it's coming in from the ground, as it's being heated in the heat exchanger, and as it's delivered to the faucet. So with all those checks, we're able to have a very tight tolerance to make sure we maintain consistent, safe temperature all the way through the system.
It makes sense to me. You're not wasting all of that valuable energy percolating water that you're not using.
Right, a tank is old-fashioned. The tanks have been in business for many, many years. In the world economy, there are many places where they don't even have tank water heaters. These were developed in Japan. Our company was one of the leading developers back in 1952. So we have 55 years plus experience designing tankless water systems.
This is great. I love it, and thanks for sharing your information.
Thank you.
We're always talking about replacing those old incandescent light bulbs with compact fluorescent lights. Today we want to share with you some new examples. Joining us is Paul Klein from GE. And Paul, you got some bulbs here. Again, we often talk about not being able to find these bulbs, but they're available now from GE.
As people are looking to find the right size light bulb, at first when the compact fluorescent light bulbs came out, they were big, a very different shape. So one of the first things we did was come out with a smaller size light bulb. This one here fits in the same place a regular size light bulb would fit. So you can put it in a lot of places like a table lamp or other fixtures that you want a light bulb.
The thing I also noticed here, Paul, I mean dimmable. We hear from our viewers, I can never find a dimmable, but the GE Smart Bulb, you have this, right?
Right, the GE Energy Smart light bulbs are now, you can find dimmable versions which allow you to dim the light as opposed to just having one brightness.
Okay, and here's even a smaller size.
Right, this is actually the latest product we've come out with, and it fits in more places. And just to give you an idea of the energy savings, a normal amount of light is 60 watts. This would do this with 13 watts. And the other thing is we've improved the color. So we call these soft white. So if you bought a compact fluorescent light bulb several years ago, you might have found that first of all, it was more of a bluish color. We've warmed up the color. They last 4 to 6 to 8 times longer than a traditional light bulb, and they use a third or to a quarter of the electricity.
Paul, the other thing that we hear from our viewers, they don't like maybe the look of this, they want it more traditional, and here's you've gone again with the Smart Energy bulb with this.
Exactly. What we've done is we've encased the spiral in a glass bulb shape, so it looks much more normal if you're used to the traditional shaped light bulb.
And again, we're talking about energy savings, but also lasting, 6 years, right?
Yeah, the time is fantastic. And there's one other thing in terms of long life. What we've now come out with is heavier duty light bulbs. So this one would say go in a ceiling fan. So it's designed for the vibration that you might have in a ceiling fan.
That's another question we hear from our viewers, so it can hang upside down, or it can be in that ceiling fan and no problem.
Right, this is designed for that application. And then the last thing that you really have to remember is there are very many different applications in a home. So for instance, if you have a recessed ceiling fixture or track lighting, you may not want to put these kind of light bulbs in there because the light from the light bulb gets spread throughout the fixture. Instead, we've got these reflector type lamps that fit in the same space as the normal, what's called an R30 type of light bulb, with a reflector that shines the light out into the room much more efficiently.
It's the GE Energy Smart Lights, compact fluorescent lights from GE.